27th. Yeah. And it is a shot day. I did weigh myself this morning. I was up again. It is I am at 259 now. The last official weigh-in, I was 258.6, I think, maybe. So trying not to be too defeatist about it. I definitely feel like I have been snacking more than I had been the last couple weeks. It is coming up on Easter, so there's a lot of candy in the house. I have been not going crazy, like balls out crazy, but I've been having some candy here and there. I went out to dinner with some friends yesterday. It was a good time. I ordered from the Little Bites part of the menu. So it was like 6 ounces of steak and then a bunch of broccoli and then some mashed potatoes. I don't feel like I went super crazy with it. So like I said, I'm trying not to be defeatist about it. I think I'll probably go another this week and next week at the 7.5 milligrams. Maybe then I'll bump up to 10. That's kind of my plan so far. There's another group buy coming up, even though I just participated in the 30 milligram Tirzepatide group buy. This one's going to be for the 15 milligrams again. And so I'll probably be part of that group buy as well, just because, especially with me getting the higher doses, I go through it faster. So I have to order it more frequently. I did get my SS31 and MOTS-C peptides yesterday or the day before. Got them all labeled. I had just been kind of like writing on top of the labels, on top of the lids, what they were. But since they come in vials that are not labeled with anything, once you pop the label off of it, it can get kind of confusing what you're actually working with. So I made little labels. I labeled all of my vials so now everything's labeled correctly. They haven't been tested yet. And I was thinking maybe I should wait until they're tested. I don't think I'll probably wait till they're tested. I'll probably start using them, but I have a reminder on my phone to start on the 1st of April for that protocol. So I'll be doing the SS31, which is for like mitochondrial health. Apparently it's better to do the SS31 protocol first and then do the MOTS-C protocol after that, because it's kind of like the SS31 primes your cells to be more receptive to the MOTS-C. So you're not really supposed to feel any difference when you're working with the SS31. I did actually have some anecdotal stories. This one guy was saying that he had suffered from AFib for a while, and then he got the ablation in his heart, so he hasn't been dealing with AFib for the last 2 years, but he has been dealing with PVCs. And that's when, like we've talked about before, your heart chambers, like the lower chamber beats without the upper chamber beating first. So it's supposed to go like upper, lower, right? But this, it'll go like upper, lower, upper, lower, or maybe it'll be a couple of the lower beats without the upper chamber going. And it feels horrible because I have them. And I don't have them often, but when it happens, it makes me so paranoid and feel like I'm going to have a heart attack, because even though they're benign, it does not feel right. You know, it feels like your heart has skipped a beat, but not in a good, fun, falling in love kind of way, like a horrible, something has gone wrong in my body and I'm going to die kind of way. I've been so lucky that I don't have it as often as some other folks do. Some people have thousands of them a day, and I don't know how they just don't go freaking nuts, because even though a doctor can tell you, no, it's fine, you know, you get them, it's not hurting your heart, it just feels bad and we understand it, but you got to live with it. Even though maybe you could know that logically, to go through that on such a regular basis, I just can't imagine it. My point being, so this guy, or girl, I don't know, I think it's a guy, he has been having PVCs every day for the last, I don't know how many years now, 2 years, I guess. And he was taking the BPC and the, is it TB 500, I think was the other one, for, I don't know, a couple months, and hadn't noticed any difference. He wasn't really taking it for that. But he said he started adding the SS31 in, and now he's gone 4 days without having a PVC. Now, even if they do come back, having a brief respite from that, I can imagine would just be so relieving. So there's a little bit of conjecture that maybe the SS31 is, since it is mitochondrial health and it's supposed to be heart protective, that maybe it's, repairing whatever's causing those PVCs to happen. I'll be interested to see. I haven't had a PVC in a few days, knock on fake wood, but if I would never have them again, if somehow this could repair whatever it was that had started them in the first place. I kind of think what started them for me in the first place was when I had my youngest son, my heart stopped and they had to do compressions for like 10 minutes before I was brought back. I think that there was probably some kind of damage that happened during that time. And I'm super grateful to be here. And I wouldn't have not wanted them to have done chest compressions for so long, right? But I kind of do think that there's some residual leftover issues that my body has dealt with for the past, almost 9 years. So it'll be interesting to see once I start the SS31 protocol, if I feel anything at all different, or if it's just going to be something that I take and then hope that it's regenerating, mitochondrial health. That one I'm wanting to say is like 4 milligrams a day for 25 days is the one that I'll be doing. It would be great if I had my insulin pens here already, because then I would just be swapping out pen tips instead of having to draw a dose with my syringe every time, but it is what it is. So today we are going with, I don't know, you think that it would want to, I don't know if you can tell this or not. It's 7.5 is where it is. It's between the 7 and the 8. I made sure to actually adequately draw it today. So I will show you guys me taking my shot and then we'll be right back. All right, I have not done my thigh for a while, so I will be doing a thigh stick today. There we go, so I can actually get some. All right. Okay, so 7.5 milligrams injected. I've been trying to go a little bit faster because I haven't noticed really much of a difference or any difference between injecting very slowly and just kind of going for it. Like, I'm not just shooting it in there, but I'm going faster than I had. And I've been trying to puncture faster than I had as well. So I've not been getting bruises on my stomach, and I did it at my thigh this time, where the last few times I have been getting bruises. So it'll be interesting to see if I do get a bruise. Now, if I do get a bruise, or if I don't get a bruise, maybe that's because there's a different area of my thigh, like my top portion of my thigh maybe has slightly less fat, and so that's going to get bruised more easily, whereas my inner thigh that I did today has more fat, and so it doesn't bruise as easily. Who knows? Health-wise, I've been feeling fine. I do take the BPC 157 every night before bed, and I can't really say that I've necessarily noticed a difference in my overall health with that. That being said, I haven't had a PVC for a while, so maybe that's contributing to it as well. I have literally no idea. I'm also taking a B12 vitamin that I got from Costco. It's like a sublingual pill you put under your tongue and let it dissolve and swallow it. And on occasion, I've been taking vitamin D before bed. I should take it every night because I am low with vitamin D, and apparently it takes like 6 months to get your vitamin D levels increased. But I did just see something the other day that suggested that vitamin D levels maybe are not such a big thing that has been thought in the past. Like if you're a little deficient, it's not maybe a bad thing. I don't know. And remember how I was telling you guys about how there was that intermittent fasting study that came out that showed that if you basically ate your calories between like an 8-hour window instead of a 12-hour window, that you were 91% more likely to have a cardiovascular death. Yeah, so I saw something yesterday that said basically there was like literally no study. It was from, what was it? Like 2003 to 2018 or somewhere around there. And it was just people keeping records of what they ate. There was like really no doctors involved or anything. And they just kind of extrapolated this data like, but there was nothing to say like if they actually had issues to begin with. So basically, it sounds like even the person who put it out said, really, there's no way to suggest or to know that the fasting was what caused the cardiovascular death, right? So why even put it out there? It's definitely been speculated that it's just for clicks. It's just to get eyes on it. But I would hate to be that scientist who put out such a clickbaity type abstract that just, I can't imagine that that's good for any scientist's credentials or trustworthiness. I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for there is. So I feel like all that is to say that there are so many other studies that are showing that intermittent fasting does help you live longer and can help with certain diseases, that it's probably still a worthwhile thing to consider doing. I try not to eat until like 11, 12 o'clock. I had a slice of bread earlier today, a sourdough, because I made a loaf today and it was still kind of warm, and warm bread is amazing. So I had a slice of that. But next I'm going to go down and make myself a burrito, I think, for lunch. That's what my plan is. My husband and I have started watching a show on Netflix called Unstable. It's got Rob Lowe, and the kid in it is actually his real life son, which I had heard about before. But to me, he doesn't really look like Rob Lowe. There's little things here and there, but definitely, I don't know what the mom looks like, but it's not like a carbon copy of Rob Lowe. My point being that it's a really good show so far. There's only like 8 episodes in it, and I think we've got like 3 to go or something, but it's pretty good. The premise is Rob Lowe lost his wife, I don't know, 3 months ago or something, and he's like this tech genius or the science genius who's trying to work on stuff, but he's been out of the office because he basically had kind of like a mental breakdown, and his son has come back to stay with him to kind of get him on the right track so he doesn't lose his company. That's pretty much the gist of it. If you guys ever watched Parks and Rec, his character seems very like his Chris Traeger character. He's a very positive guy, kind of disregards things that he doesn't want to hear. I don't know. I like it. It's pretty cute. So if you have Netflix or a way to acquire Unstable, I'd recommend watching it. All right, that's all for today. I'll check in with you guys later. Bye-bye.